This is a demonstration of the AI-DAPT Data Valuation Engine. The Data Valuation Engine helps users assess whether data is suitable for AI by evaluating data quality, detecting potential bias, identifying data limitations, and understanding its expected value for a given AI task. The Data Valuation Engine can be used as a standalone assessment tool or integrated into the AI-DAPT workflows through DAVE, supporting data validation before model training, testing, or deployment. In this demonstration, we will begin with the correlation analysis tool, followed by feature importance, and conclude with the spatial bias analysis tool. In this example, the correlation analysis component is open for the selected dataset ID. The page first displays a short dataset summary, including metadata such as the processing stage, a brief description, and the issue date. The user can then choose the correlation methods to apply, such as Pearson and Spearman, depending on whether the goal is to examine linear or monotonic relationships between variables. Below this section, the interface lists all available dataset features and allows the user to select the variables that will participate in the analysis. Once the desired features and correlation methods have been selected, the user can run the analysis by clicking the Correlation Analysis button. The system then computes the pairwise correlations and opens the corresponding results view. Correlation matrices are presented as heat maps that summarize the relationships between the selected features. Each cell contains the correlation coefficient for a specific pair of variables, while the color coding helps the user quickly interpret the strength of each relationship, ranging from negligible to fair, moderate, and strong correlations. This allows the user to identify groups of highly related features, detect potential redundancy, and better understand the structure of the dataset before moving to later stages of data preparation or model development. Finally, the user can download the results as a CSV file for offline analysis. For feature importance, the user is shown a similar interface, where the dataset details are displayed, and the relevant feature columns can be selected for analysis. In this case, however, two additional inputs are required, namely the target value and the methods. The target value corresponds to the column that represents the prediction target of the machine learning model, while the methods define the set of candidate models that will be used to estimate feature importance. Once a target column is selected, the system automatically removes it from the list of input features to avoid including it in the predictors. The user can then select one or more methods from the available options, including decision tree, random forest, extra trees, and light GBM. After execution, the platform evaluates the selected methods and presents the feature importance scores in descending order for the best performing model only. As with correlation analysis, the user can also download the resulting feature importance scores as CSV files for further offline processing. This concludes the correlation and feature analysis tool, and we will now demonstrate the last functionality of the Data Valuation Engine, the Spatial Bias Analysis. It uses the integration with DAVE, being executed as part of an AI pipeline. The tool is deployed as a human-in-the-loop operator. In the demo video, we will show two tabs, one corresponding to the Data Valuation Engine UI and another corresponding to the DAVE UI. Initially, we show the UI that lists all pipelines that use the Data Valuation Engine operator, along with their metadata and available actions. First, we upload a CSV file. We create a workflow with three operators. One to load the dataset, the Data Valuation Engine operator, and a getRows operator. Operator parameters need to be filled in. And finally, connected between themselves to define the data flow. Click on the Save button to compile the pipeline, and then on the Play button to execute it. When the first operator, load, finishes execution, we inspect the columns of the dataset example. When the Data Valuation Engine operator is triggered, a new task appears in the tool UI and the pipeline waits for us to take action before it can continue to the next steps. We identify the newly created task and choose to use the Spatial Bias tool. We first show the configuration panel, where we select one of the three available modes: audit, relabeling, or decision boundary adjustment. We begin with the audit mode. The user sets the field mapping configuration, where each dataset column is mapped to the expected tool inputs. Next, the audit parameters can be configured. We provide the option to upload a polygon JSON schema. We then perform the audit. The tool displays an interactive population distribution map showing individuals across space, with markers colored according to their binary label. Since we have not yet uploaded a region schema, each region boundary is initially approximated using the convex hull of its coordinates. Next to the population map, we display a heat map showing the identified bias per region, where color indicates the level and direction of bias. The legend color bar helps interpret whether a region is favored, unfavored, or balanced. Statistically significant bias regions are highlighted with red borders. We also show a table containing per-region bias statistics, downloadable. Finally, we upload the optional polygons JSON schema and observe that the region shapes in the maps are updated accordingly. Next, we present the mitigation relabeling mode, where spatial bias is mitigated by modifying the binary outputs. Initially, the UI is similar to the previous mode. Additional configuration options are available to control the impact on model performance or to configure computational efficiency. We perform mitigation. A table is displayed showing performance and bias metrics before and after mitigation. As in audit mode, a population map is displayed. In addition, a flips map is shown, indicating how the outputs should be modified to mitigate spatial bias. Below these maps, we show two heat maps illustrating the identified bias per region before and after mitigation. The per region statistics before and after mitigation are also shown. Finally, the mitigated predictions can be downloaded or written back to the collection from which the input was read, so that the results are available to the next operators in the pipeline. Next, we show the mitigation decision boundary adjustment mode, where spatial bias is mitigated by modifying the output of interest in a way that generalizes to new instances. Initially, the UI is similar to the previous mitigation mode. The main difference is the train test split configuration. We perform mitigation. Similarly to the relabeling mode, we display population and flips maps. In addition, we display the per-region decision thresholds, downloadable. We also show the per-region audit statistics, downloadable. The mitigated predictions can be downloaded or written back, similarly to the relabeling mode. Once our actions are complete, we click the Complete button to allow the DAV pipeline to continue to the next operators. The status of the current task changes from pending to done. The pipeline then continues to the next operator, Get Rows. Inspecting the data after the Data Valuation Engine transformations, we can see the newly created column on the right, containing the mitigated predictions. And this concludes our Data Valuation Engine demo.